Good morning, all you cool cats and kittens. Week 9, Episode 9. And today we're talking about STEPfamily. And STEPfamily is awesome. If you don't have any sort of STEPfamily, I feel bad for you because STEPfamily is just truly awesome. Um, and it's one of those things where I have so many people in my life who don't see step family as being family because if you're not blood, you're not family, which I think is stupid. I think that's a stupid saying because if that's the case, then I'm not technically related to half my family because I'm not related by blood. I had a family member who was adopted into that family, which makes me not related to them by blood. So if anybody wants to pull that blood card, um, it's just not accurate. So yeah, step family is awesome. I said this at the end of the video last week, but I'll say it again for anybody who didn't see last week or didn't stick around for the whole video. And this goes to how I always say, everything happens for a reason. Everything's meant to happen. So on my mom's side of my family, almost all the men are John. My grandfather was John. My mom's brother is John, and my mom has two sisters who both married Johns. And of course, my mom didn't originally marry a John. But of course, she was also the only one to get divorced in the family, and she then married a John. So again, cool little story. I love how just everything works out. And like I said last week, if you don't believe that everything happens for a reason, then you're just psychotic. So yeah, step family. I've been fortunate enough to have a step family. God, it's been like 10 plus years. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been awesome. My stepdad's awesome. He's like I said in one video, he actually hung up my guitars and lined them up and everything. He's great with all that. Because I'm not. If I was hanging things up or trying to make things look nice in our house, it would look like shit. There would be holes all over the wall. Things would definitely not be even. So, our house is coming together, but yeah, shout out to him because he's always super helpful. Also, with that being said, I have an awesome stepbrother. Cool guy. He's always a fun time, whether it's at Christmas or at weddings. Once never mind. There's this one wedding we were both at, and I think he just made it obvious that I might be his favorite step sibling. But we don't gotta go word for word. But no, shout out to my stepbrother and his kids as well. His kids are awesome. I've gotten to see his kids grow up into awesome young adults. But for real, step family's awesome, and it's just cool because like I said, they've been in my life for so long. So like I've gotten to grow up with them to an extent. And it's just awesome. I mean, there's definitely age gaps, here and there, but it's just awesome. We vibe. It's like, I could not see them for like a year and then I see them at Christmas or see them at a wedding, and it's just an instant click. Like, that is my family. I fuck with y'all. I love y'all. And it's just cool. And more recently, with my fiance, she has a 5-year-old son. I've been in his life since he was like 4 months old, and he lives with us full time. So I already call myself a stepdad. I already call him my stepkid. And I've had people say, oh, well, that's not your kid. That's not your stepkid. Y'all aren't even married yet. Like, blah, blah, blah. I mean, look, like, and even at this point, we're engaged. And thankfully, I have had family members treat him as a grandkid, a cousin, this, that, whatever. They've treated him as part of the family. But unfortunately, I've had people not treat him as part of the family because, oh, we're not married yet, or, oh, he's not blood. And it's crazy because, again, I mean, if we're going to go with the blood excuse, me and my siblings aren't related to half of our family by blood because, again, there was an adoption somewhere. So can't really use the blood excuse. But for real, that's my stepkid. I love him. He's not mine, but I do what I gotta do for him. Which, hey, is more than what some actual relatives can say, what actual parents and grandparents can say. There's parents in this world that aren't around for their kid at all. There's grandparents in this world, cousins that just aren't around at all. So, I mean, the fact that somebody wants to step in and pick up the slack, instead of being like, oh, well, he's not your stepkid yet. How about you fucking be like, oh, good for you for stepping in. So, it's crazy. I have had, family members not count him as a family member because, we're not married yet, which is the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit. Especially at this point, like it's been about 5 years, and like y'all still have that mentality of, oh well, like he's not yours, he's not, like, stupid ass shit. But thankfully I have other family members who do consider him to be a grandkid. They consider him to be cousin. They treat him as if he is, family, because he is. And if we really need to wait till October for people to consider him family, stupid ass shit. But I'm sure there will be an excuse after we get married that, oh well, he's still not technically yours. Like, bro, be around. Be around. He's part of the family. Step family is family. I don't care what people say. You could have step family that's more involved in your life than your real family. You could have step family who's more supportive, more encouraging, more motivating than people in your actual family. So I think the whole, like, oh man, you only get one family, like family's everything. Nah, fuck that. Cause fuck that shit. Like I'm sure you don't say that if there's a family member, inappropriately touching another family member. Like, I'm sure if there's somebody secretly assaulting another family member, you won't say, oh well, you only get one family. Like, fuck that shit. You could have fucking somebody in your family who murders somebody. You could have a fucking rapist in your family, an abuser in your family. I'm sure if you knew about any of that, you wouldn't say, oh, family's everything. Stupid, man. So nah, shout out to step family for real, and shout out to those who make up for what real family members don't do. Shout out to those who pick up the slack where others weren't involved. God, it's just crazy, and I'm not even making this shit up. Like, for real, people act like, oh man, they're not blood. No, that's not family. They're I don't know. It's just wild to me, and believe me, I've got friends of mine who reach out to me more than certain family members do to me. I've got step family members that reach out to me more than real family members do. Um, and then people get all hurt when I'm like, oh man, like, my friends are more considerate of me. My friends reach out to me more. My step family reach out to me more. My step family, check on me more than my real. Like, people get so butthurt that friends and step family pick up the slack. Like, instead of being butthurt, maybe take a step back and be like, wow, maybe I'm just a deadbeat piece of shit. That's my whole thing. And that's my whole thing with these podcasts is, I'm not here to talk shit about anybody. I'm not here to talk shit about anything. I'm just here talking, telling stories, trying to relate to people. And, if I speak poorly about something or I speak poorly about somebody, I'm only telling what I've experienced. So, if anybody's offended, if anybody thinks I'm talking shit about them or somebody else, maybe take a step back, and instead of being upset that somebody's being talked about poorly, just take a step back and be like, wow, this kid's gone through shit. This kid's been treated like shit. I can't believe people treated this guy like that. I can't believe people said this to this guy. Take a step back and be like, are you really upset that I'm talking shit about people, or are you upset that the shit that's been done to me and spoken about me is becoming public? It's that simple. But back to the topic at hand, step family. Again, shout out to my stepdad, shout out to my stepbrother and his kids. Y'all are awesome. Y'all been a big part of my life, and I truly think that that's had a huge influence of me, stepping up and playing the role I've played in my stepson's life. And it's that simple. And again, I mean, the kid's not even mine, but there's nothing I wouldn't do for that kid. He's a pain in the ass, don't get me wrong. He's the biggest pain in the ass. I always wanted a boy. Like, when I do have a child of my own, I always said, like, I definitely want a boy. Mind you, I'm not going to be hurt if I have a girl. I just want, like, a happy, a healthy baby. But I always wanted a boy. And being around this kid for almost 5 years, I'm like, why the fuck did I want a boy? It's funny because I know my fiance wants a girl. I know my mom and my sister always make jokes that, I'm going to have a girl. And even coworkers who, like, they know me, but they like we don't. It's not nothing I talk about. They know me, but they don't know me all that well. It's funny. Like I've had multiple coworkers be like, "Oh my God, you're gonna have a girl. You're gonna be the best girl dad. A girl's gonna soften you up." Like, bro, how does everybody have this conclusion of me and what would happen if I had a girl? Those who know me and those who don't. Like, I wanted a boy, but seeing this kid, I think my stepson's enough. I think I'll be cool with having a girl in the near future, because, bro, boys are wild. Fuck, man. But it's awesome. It's awesome seeing him grow up. It's awesome. Like, yes, he's not mine, but it's awesome seeing him start doing stuff and saying stuff that I do and say, and it's just so cool. It's a cool thing. So again, just shout out to my step family. Shout out to step families out there. The people that come in and step up, and y'all are doing something amazing. Y'all are truly amazing. Yeah, it's just that simple. And if anybody's hurt, if anybody doesn't agree that step family isn't family, maybe instead of being upset with the step family that step in and play their role, maybe play your role. Be there when you're supposed to be there. Don't get hurt that other people come in because you weren't there. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about step family. And again, just shout out to those who come into a family that isn't theirs and pick up the slack, be there for people that not everybody's there for. With that being said, next week let's talk about next week's gonna be week 10 and episode 10, which is crazy. Time flies, man. Time fucking flies. But let's just talk about life and how weird life is and how beautiful life is and how fucking weird just existence is and life is. Like, what the fuck are we even here for? I know that sounds so weird, but let's talk about that next week, because I truly love life. I love being here. It's such a beautiful and unique thing. And it's a shame that some people just don't understand how fragile it is and how quickly it goes by, and how just people just need to learn how to fucking enjoy it and be there. And my biggest thing with what we'll talk about next week is, I say I do these podcasts for those who want to listen. I don't do it for the likes. I don't do it for the shares. I don't do it for the views. But something that, if and when something ever happens and my time's here to go, these are here for people to listen to, for people to try to relate to even when I'm gone. And I said in one of my earlier podcasts, be here while I'm here. Don't act like you supported me and you're supporting me after I'm gone. So me getting these out here, me being here recording these videos and having them here forever, is just another way of, if and when something ever happens to me, people can't bullshit their way to act like they were always there for me, they were always supporting me. It's all here, man. It's all here. So, with that being said, shout out to the Step family. Shout out to my Step family. Y'all are amazing. See you next week. As always, stay beautiful. Don't be a dick. Don't judge people. Justice for Johnny Depp. Fuck Amber Heard. And, peace out, Girl Scouts.